Imagine driving into the neighborhood your grandparents chose for quiet and comfort, only to find the person who's supposed to protect the community standing like a queen in a pink blazer, curly hair bouncing, with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Imagine being told you can't see your own family, not because of rules, not because of danger, but because someone decided your presence wasn't welcome. That's exactly what happened to Marcus Daniels today. Marcus had always loved weekends at his grandparents' home in Willow Creek Heights. His grandparents, George and Evelyn Daniels, had moved there for the peace and greenery, the kind of calm that makes mornings feel like a soft sigh. But Willow Creek Heights had a secret. The HOA president, Karen Whitmore, ruled the streets like a personal fiefdom. It was 3:42 p.m. when Marcus pulled up to the main gate. He had just finished a long shift at the hospital, still wearing his white lab coat and carrying a small grocery bag for his grandparents. Routine, simple, normal. He expected a polite wave and a smile from the gate attendant. Instead, Karen Whitmore stepped forward, heels clicking, clipboard in hand. "Excuse me?" Marcus said, rolling down his window. "I'm here to see my grandparents, George and Evelyn Daniels." Karen's eyes flicked up, sharp and calculating. She tilted her head. "And you are?" "I'm their grandson," Marcus said, voice steady. "I come every weekend to help them with groceries and errands." Karen smirked, a slow, deliberate curl of her lips. "I see. So you think you could just drive in here unannounced?" This is my family. I've been coming here for months," Marcus replied. Karen leaned closer, clipboard tapping lightly against her palm. "Rules are rules. Everyone must check in, and sometimes rules are more than just forms." Her gaze lingered, cold, calculating. "I'll need to see your ID, and the car too." Marcus blinked. "The car? I don't understand." "You heard me," she said, voice rising just enough to make the words sting. "I need to inspect the vehicle. Standard procedure. Willow Creek Heights doesn't allow surprises." Marcus sighed, suppressing frustration. "Look, I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm just delivering groceries." Karen's smirk widened. "Delivery or not, I don't let just anyone in. You could be a threat. You could be a problem." Her tone made Marcus's stomach tighten. The grocery bag suddenly felt heavy in his hands. He stepped out, hesitant, and opened the trunk. Karen circled him slowly, clipboard in one hand, eye scanning, scrutinizing every move like she owned the world. After what felt like an eternity, she tapped her pen against her chin. "Now, step aside. I need to check you as well." Marcus froze. "Check me? I'm wearing scrubs. I don't even have pockets." Karen's laughter was sharp. "You think this is about pockets? No, this is about authority. This is about control. You don't just stroll in here without my say." Marcus clenched his jaw. "I'm just trying to see my grandparents. That's all." Karen's smile vanished. "Exactly why I'm stopping you. People like you think rules don't apply, but rules apply to everyone, especially outsiders." Marcus swallowed hard. He considered calling his grandmother to intervene, but something about Karen's presence, her confidence, her disdain, made him pause. She wasn't just enforcing rules, she was daring him to challenge her. "Please, I just want to see my family," he said, voice firm but careful. "I don't want trouble, I just want to help my grandparents." Karen tapped the clipboard one last time. We'll see about that." For the next few minutes, she scrutinized the groceries, the car, even Marcus's coat pockets. Each movement felt like a test, a game he had no rules for. And the deeper he got into this forced inspection, the clearer it became Karen wasn't just following procedure, she was creating a spectacle. Marcus felt his chest tighten as he heard her mutter under her breath, just loud enough for him to catch the words, "Figures. New family brings in more of their kind. Always causing noise." That was it. That was the line. Marcus felt his hands tighten around the grocery bag. He opened his phone, fingers trembling slightly, and dialed his older brother, David. "Hey, David, it's Marcus. Something's wrong. HOA president, she won't let me in to see Grandma and Grandpa. She's inspecting everything, like I'm a criminal." A pause. Then David's voice dropped to a controlled, low tone. Stay on the line. Don't hang up. I'm coming. Karen noticed the phone pressed to Marcus's ear. She arched an eyebrow. Making calls? Bold? Marcus straightened. I'm making a call to family. This is about my grandparents, nothing else. Karen tilted her head again, a predator assessing prey. Family or not, rules are rules, and until I say you can enter, you stay outside. Outside? Marcus's heart sank. His grandparents, waiting inside, unaware, and all he could do was stand there, groceries in hand, trapped by the arrogance of a pink blazer-wearing dictator who thought she ran the street. Then, the sound of a black SUV rolling up behind him made Karen pause just slightly, and Marcus knew the story was far from over. Karen's heels clicked sharply as she stood inches from Marcus, curly hair bouncing as she shifted her weight with smug authority. The pink blazer practically glowed her the afternoon sun. Loud, bright, impossible to miss. Marcus held his grocery bag tight, phone still clutched in his hand, David's voice faintly audible through the speaker. I'm almost there, David said, tone low and dangerous. Don't let her push you around. But Karen had already tasted the power. She wasn't letting go. So, she said, clasping her hands dramatically, your little phone call going to change anything? This is my community, sweetheart, and as president of the Willow Creek HOA, I enforce the rules. You don't get access unless I say so. Marcus kept his voice even. My grandparents live here. I'm just trying to bring them groceries. Oh, please. You think I haven't dealt with people trying to sneak in? I know your type. You come in, cause trouble, make noise, bring chaos, then pretend you're innocent. My type? Karen leaned closer, lowering her voice. Don't play dumb. Outsiders pretending to be family. I've seen it all. Marcus felt his chest tighten. For a moment, he forgot he was a grown man, a medical professional with every right to be there. It felt like he had shrunk under the weight of her scrutiny. Then Karen grabbed his lab coat, actually grabbed it. Her fingers pinched the fabric, yanking him forward with a force that shocked him. You listen to me, she hissed, breath hot with arrogance. If you talk back to me one more time, I'll have security drag you off this property myself. Marcus tried to pull away. Let go of me. No, she whispered sharply, breath hot with arrogance. People like you need to be taught boundaries. Before Marcus could reply, he heard the sound. That smooth, familiar engine rolling to a stop behind him. Karen heard it too, but she didn't bother to turn around. Not until she heard a voice. A deep, calm, deliberate voice. Take your hands off my brother. Karen froze. Her fist was still wrapped in Marcus's coat, but now her shoulders stiffened, her grip loosening ever so slightly. Slowly she turned. The driver's door of the black SUV opened. Out stepped David Daniels, tall, broad, wearing a charcoal gray suit, clean-cut, crisp, and carrying a presence that made the very air shift. And across his chest hung a badge lanyard. Not plastic, not cheap, the real kind. Karen's confident smirk flickered, just a little. And who are you supposed to be? She snapped, trying to recover her power. This is HOA business. You have no authority here. David didn't blink. He stepped forward slowly, deliberate, controlled. David Daniels, he said, voice even, federal investigator, Office of Civil Rights Integrity and Community Enforcement. He let the badge hang where she could see it. Gold, heavy, engraved, undeniable. Karen's face drained of color. I didn't realize. You didn't realize? David repeated, stepping closer. You detained my brother. You blocked him from visiting his own grandparents, and then you assaulted him. Karen's mouth opened, then snapped shut again. I was just following procedure. David nodded once. Good. Then you won't mind explaining your procedure aloud, because you've been on speaker this entire time. Karen's eyes snapped to Marcus's phone, still connected, still recording audio of every insult, every threat, every degrading comment. Her voice cracked.
I didn't mean. You meant exactly what you said, David cut in. You grabbed him, you refused him access, you used discriminatory language, and you abused your authority. Karen stepped back, hands trembling as she tried to adjust her blazer. Wait, let's talk about this. Maybe we can handle it quietly. Quietly, David repeated. His voice dropped even lower. No, not quietly. Not after what you did. Not after you laid hands on my brother. Behind them, residents had begun gathering along the walkway. Dog walkers, joggers, couples clutching coffee mugs, whispering to each other, recording the scene. Karen swallowed hard. Look, Mr. Daniels, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was related to you. You didn't need to know who he was. David stepped forward again, eyes sharp. All you needed to know was that he was a human being. Karen looked like she might collapse. Residents were staring. Phones were pointed. Whispers grew into murmurs. Just then, 2 patrol cars rolled slowly through the gate, not in emergency mode, but with purpose. The lead officer stepped out, recognizing David instantly. Agent Daniels, we got your call. You okay? David nodded. I'm fine. She's not. Karen tried to back away, but the officer was already stepping toward her. Ma'am, we need to ask you a few questions. Wait, I'm the HOA president. I run this community. I make the rules. Not today, David said, and not anymore. As the officers guided her toward the patrol car, Karen looked around desperately, but no one defended her. Not one neighbor, not one board member, not one friend. They had all seen enough. Inside the gate, Marcus's grandparents rushed out, George waving frantically, Evelyn clutching her robe. Baby, we saw the cars. Are you okay? Marcus finally exhaled. I'm okay, Grandma. I'm okay. David placed a reassuring hand on Marcus's shoulder. No one is ever denying you entry again. Karen was placed in the patrol car, her pink blazer rumpled, her curls shaking, her reign over Willow Creek Heights finally over. And the community learned something that day. The street doesn't belong to the loudest person in a pink blazer. It belongs to the people who stand up for what's right.